Hi everyone, welcome to our Matchday -1 press conference to preview tomorrow's game against Elfsborg. No embargoes on this section. A couple of questions each and use a microphone provided. Jeremy.
Yeah, hi Ange, great to see you. We saw Mickey van der Ven out there training today. Is he okay to play again finally? And can you say anything about the fitness of Sarr, Romero and Maddison?
I can say everything that you asked for. Yeah, okay, team use-wise, probably easier to go with who's coming in at the moment. Yeah, Mickey's good. He's good to go, so we'll try and get him some match minutes tomorrow. That's the plan. See how much we can get out of him tomorrow. But yeah, he's good to go. He's had a good sort of week, 10 days training with the team and in good condition. So he's fine. In terms of the other guys, Matt has got a calf strain, so he's probably 2 or 3 weeks for us. They picked that up sort of at the Hoffenheim game, which was a week ago almost. Pape's okay. He's still got a little bit of a niggle, but he's okay to and available. Biss is available. I think that's it for tomorrow night at this stage. Are we doing translating?
No.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
A lot's been written and said after Sunday, an ugly defeat and the fans aren't happy. How much pressure are you feeling going into this game?
Me personally, no different to any other game, mate. It's a game we want to win, and we'll go into it with the same intent. And it's a competition we've done really well in to be in a great position, and we want to solidify that position, finish in the top 8. So that's in our hands tomorrow night. A win makes it certain. The draw's probably going to be good enough as well, and I think finishing the top 8 for us is hugely important because it gives us a good foothold in the tournament, but also gives us a couple of weeks where we don't have midweek games, which at this point where we're at is really important.
And what would your message be to angry Spurs fans who weren't happy after Sunday?
My message would be to all Spurs fans, because I represent them all, not just the angry ones that you're referring to or maybe you're talking to. All Spurs fans is that, we're working hard to turn this around. Obviously, we know the situation, notwithstanding the fact that the possibilities and opportunities in in the second half of the season are still very much in our hands to capitalise on and still make it a successful season. Thanks, bud.
Ali.
So I don't know if I missed it there. Christian Romero, how close is he?
Yeah, Cooty's still a bit of a slow burner. We're just mindful his injury was a bit different, and he's still got to tick a few boxes. So, not sort of for the horizon at the moment in terms of this weekend. We'll see how he goes after.
What's it been like for you? I mean, throughout this injury crisis, do you see a physio coming to give you some news and run in the other direction? Has it?
No, it's well chronicled. Look, some of it. Look, obviously early in the year it was a different issue. Earlier in the year we were kind of dealing with some issues around guys coming back and getting injured. But sort of since probably late November, it's been logical that with the workload of the players that we're going to get some niggles along the way and people picking up things and. That's I think a natural consequence, and it's not something that really we could do much about, obviously. So it hasn't been something that you're kind of surprised by.
Just very quick on Young. It looks like he's heading on the way to QPR. Just wonder if you can explain the thinking behind it.
Just give him a chance to settle into a new culture, new environment, new league, new country, a whole range of things. He's very young, and we feel like he needs to kind of be allowed to settle in. And with our current situation, the last thing I want to do is throw in another young player. We've got enough that we're exposing, and they're doing awfully well. He's obviously a long-term investment for the football club, and we just got to do the right thing by him.
Ian.
Hi, Ange, how are you?
Good, mate.
I can't imagine too many times in your career you've been under this sort of pressure, this sort of scrutiny where people are literally saying every week after you have a performance which yields a defeat that you're maybe lucky still to be in a job. How are you dealing with that on a personal basis?
Not you, though, Ian. You're still rock solid. You're okay. Yes, no? Are you still rock solid by me, mate? Or-
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, you don't know? Okay, I've lost you as well.
I could
I
be
thought you'd
sacked
be the
tomorrow.
last one standing for me, mate. If I've lost you, I must be in trouble. It doesn't affect me. It never has. It never will. My view on my role has never been about self-preservation or security. It's about trying to achieve, and I'm still in the position where we can do that. You suggest there's a running commentary on me at the moment, which is not surprising considering our league position. I don't have to sort of respond to that or get involved in that. It just doesn't interest me. It doesn't affect me. What is important to me is I have the responsibility to, as I said, people can choose to ignore it, but we're in a great position to still achieve something really special this year. I'm going to push this group of players and everyone at the club to not lose sight of the fact that this is a tough spot we're in, but the possibilities of us doing something special are still there. If we work our way through it.
100%. You could win 3 trophies, and you're in a good position in League Cup and obviously in this competition as well. And given all that, are you a little bit, I'm going to choose my words carefully here, do you think you've had enough backing from the board this January so that you can push on and deliver those trophies?
I think I've said all along is that everyone's trying their utmost. I don't think anyone's working against me. I don't think anyone wants me to fail. I think everyone genuinely at the football club, I think I said after the weekend that, it's, in this kind of situation, it's a tough gig being a manager because you can be very isolated, you can be very vulnerable. I don't feel that. I think the playing group, the people I work with, are doing their utmost to try and help me, guide us through this. I don't feel like anyone's blocking that. From my perspective, again, my focus firmly on the things I can control, and what I can control is making sure I'm preparing a team for a really big game tomorrow night.
Tom.
Thanks, mate.
On that front, every press conference during this window we've asked about transfer.
Yeah.
A few days left now. How confident are you at this point that something's going to happen?
Again, I'd be disingenuous if I said anything other than right now there's nothing imminent, but that doesn't mean that there isn't opportunities being explored. Now, again, traditionally the last few days of any window tend to be pretty frenetic. I'd expect us to be involved in that. Does that mean anything will get concluded? I can't commit to that because, again, I'm a bit of a distance from it, but the information and the dialogue I have is that we're exploring all the opportunities to see if we can like I keep saying, bring some help in for the players.
There were some figures that came out last week regarding money in the club and particularly wages being less than some of your competitors, how much you're spending on them. I mean, how difficult a challenge is it going up against those competitors if they're spending more on wages and
Again, I'd be overstepping my mark if I started commenting on that because I think I said to you last week, I think it was you, Tom, that I'm not within proximity of the financials to be able to give a real clear answer on that. It's not, it's not something that I have any exposure to. I wouldn't be able to know, how our wage bill stacks up against anybody else's. I've always felt where every club I've been, I've never asked those questions. That doesn't mean I haven't known because, some clubs do volunteer that and give you a clear picture. What I do understand is that, and all I kind of focus on is that right now where, the club is trying, everything in its power to get somebody in or at least some help in for the players, and that's where kind of my focus in the broader topic about finances and that. I think it's better that other people at the club speak about that.
just finally, Mickey coming back. What does he bring to this team, bringing you in, and how wary are you of bringing him straight back in, given got injured going into Chelsea?
I'm not wary because he's got to come back at some stage. Like we can keep him kind of training forever and never play, and then he'll never get injured. No, that's not how it works. We've done everything in our power. We did last time too. I mean, I think last time, the thing we kind of, he probably played more than he should have in that first game. And again, in hindsight, the circumstances around that game, without rewriting history, were pretty challenging anyway. So, but he's ticked every box. He's worked awfully hard. He's been given clearance by the medical team. Invariably, when you've had one injury and re-injured, you're always going to take a conservative approach, which we have. So, but at some stage he's got to play. What we've got to do, make sure, is just manage his minutes now to give him every chance to sort of grow into it. But he's enormous for us because he's a fantastic player. B, with a lot of these guys who will come back, they're just champing at the bit to help. So there's an energy there, there's a positivity there. So if the other guys who have been on the grind for a while, just having him, like I said, just having him training is a boost. And having him out there tomorrow, I think, even for our supporters, it just gives you some energy, renewed energy that I think, particularly the group of players, the core group of players who've got us through the last sort of 2.5 months, I think gives us an enormous lift. Really happy to have him back. I think tomorrow night's a good game for him to sort of get back into it as well. European football's a good way to sort of reintegrate him in, and I'm sure he'll do well.
Jay.
Hi, Ange. Sorry if I didn't hear you talk about him earlier, but is there an update on Jed Spence?
Jed will be fine for the week. He's not available tomorrow, so I was just talking about tomorrow's team. But
I just mean because he missed the game. Is he okay? He's
he'll
recovered
be
from
fine for the weekend. But him and Reggie obviously aren't involved for tomorrow.
Fantastic.
Frida, please.
Hi, Ange.
Hi.
I wanted to ask about Lucas Bergvall. He's obviously been given a lot of responsibility of late. How would you say he's dealt with that pressure and demands of playing at this level?
Outstandingly well. We lose sight of the fact that he's only 18 years old, but also his previous senior experience was in the Swedish league, so he's coming to a different league. Obviously, a step up in the league level. A different country, different environment. As an 18-year-old, for him to be taking such a massive responsibility on his shoulders to not only play but also try and make an impact for the team, I think has been outstanding. I'll keep saying that as tough as it's been tough, and it still is tough. We're going to get so much benefit from the likes of him and Archie coming through this, really not like 18-year-olds, but like men sort of wanting to help the club through this process. Is that once we hit some calmer waters, then we'll truly see them even flourish even more. But he's been outstanding. It's a credit to him, as much as a person as it is as a player, that he's tackling this in the way he has.
And on another Swedish player of yours, Dejan Kulusevski, we know he's been great for you on the pitch, but how important has his qualities as a leader been out off the pitch?
Yeah, hugely so. I said, I kind of said that was the other sort of area of growth for us, because we obviously, we lost. We haven't had sort of Vicario and Romero, who were part of our leadership group for large chunks of the season. It's fallen on sort of Sonny and Matt's shoulders to carry that load. And I think through this time, Decky and Solanke in particular, I thought both of them, both with their performances, but also just, with their general kind of demeanour around the place, have really taken on the responsibility of leading us through this. And Decky's been outstanding, both with his football, but also with his mentality. And again, it's a great area for us of growth, because when all our players come back, I'm sure that they're going to feel like they've grown through this period as well. In a difficult season, Decky's has been outstanding all year, and really important for us.
Final one, please.
Hi, Ange. What can you say about the opposition tomorrow, Elfsborg?
Yeah, look, obviously a bit different scenario for them. For us, they've kind of had their off season, so they've probably got a hell of a lot of enthusiasm. Looking forward to a new season. They had a great result last week against Nice, and a good team, well structured, well organised. Hard working. pretty direct in their play, so they're going to challenge us with their style of play. So, you know, they're in a good position again to make the knockout stages of Europa as well, which will be a great achievement for them. So, yeah, it'll be a good challenge for us tomorrow night.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, mate.